Hello, everybody. Eman Strong Arm here. Welcome to my channel. This is actually my first video. I'm super excited. So I want to do this well. I'm a new channel. I'm trying to get up to about 5,000 subscribers. So if you can like, share, and subscribe, hopefully you like the content. But most important, put a comment below. Interact with me. I answer all my comments. So welcome to my channel. Just let you know the purpose of my channel. I'm kind of a new gun owner, kind of and kind of not, but I want to get an opportunity to help other people who are looking to maybe first time owning a gun or don't know what to do. I remember how scary it was, especially being somebody with a background where guns were kind of scary or taught to be scary. From my background, being from the islands, just want to share my experience and also my outcome. So the first thing, what I actually want to do, I want to do a reaction video because I can go through it, but I think actually this gentleman here kind of did an amazing job going through like some of the first steps as far as having a gun and what to do with it. I thought his video was very helpful. I remember the first time. This is actually one of the videos that I gravitated to when I first started my channel. I want to give a big shout out to my buddy Edwin, serving in the military. Actually, was one of the first interaction I had with as far as knowing what to do with a gun. He helped me purchase my first gun, go through the process as far as getting my concealed weapons permit. But everything I know, I learned from him. And he also referred me to YouTube, finding videos and pretty much going through it and learning about gun ownership. So, and again, I may be looking up and down. I'm kind of new to this. So as we go on and I get better, but I want to share my authentic thoughts about, hey, my perspective from gun ownership. So we're going to watch this video together. I'll stop it midway just to kind of point out some hints, but I think this gentleman does a great job. Go and subscribe to his channel. He has awesome videos as far as what to do, what not to do, but he's going to go through some tips here. I think they were imperative to really understanding to be safe and also make sure no accidents happen, because a gun accident is very unforgiving. So you want to make sure you're doing all the right things, that you're not doing what you're not supposed to do with a gun. So let's go ahead and watch this video. And at the end, I kind of wrap it up with my thoughts and all of that. So here we go.
All right, welcome back, folks. Due to a bunch of scary stuff happening around the world right now, a bunch of people have entered into the gun world, and you're now gun owners. So guys, welcome to gun ownership. And the purpose of this video is to give you kind of the next 5 steps. So we're going to talk safety, comfort, training, all that jazz, get you squared away. But first, a word from our sponsor. All right, what's happening, folks? I'm here with a new gun owner. This is
Buddy. What's up, bro? I'm from Pasadena.
Congratulations. Welcome to New Gun Ownership.
Thanks. Yeah, I got
That's
this
funny.
bad boy from like Sportsman's Guide.
Whoa.
It's like a really good.
All right. Hey, congrats.
Thanks.
Let's switch you out until you're a little.
It's funny, this guy's kind of acting silly, but you'd be surprised how many people kind of act like that when they first get a gun, or somebody who's never been around a gun before. It's really similar. He does a great job interacting some of the silly things people do say about guns. So this was hilarious, but it's so true. I remember even myself doing some of these dumb things too. So it's just funny.
Safer.
Cool. First things first, bro. Get a little Pharrell on that bad boy. All right, next.
All right, so now we have a plastic dummy gun, and we're going to let
That's
you
cool,
hold
man.
this
That's
instead.
cool. I like this. It's like a toy.
Not a toy. So in the interest of safety, my safety, we're switching Bodie out now for a
Smart,
banana.
bro. That's smart.
Very good. And so the first thing is actually just watch this video. We'll show them the ropes. What we're going to do here is I'm going to have a preface trigger to find the wall, and then I'm going to say the word easy.
Yeah, this guy is awesome.
So
He's
Bodie
legit.
ended up being the worst. I could not fix him. And that's tough. You know, this is all I do. I travel the country. I teach gun stuff, gunfighting stuff. I'm a former action guy. My name's John Lovell, founder of the Warrior Poet Society, and we teach this stuff. But Bodie was terrible. But you're not going to be. You're going to be awesome. You will peel a banana before you eat it. Anyway, in this video, we're going to tackle a bunch of stuff that you need to know now that you are a gun owner or you're about to be one. And that has to do with safety rules, operation clearing, unloading, handling, some general safety advice, some next steps. We're going to tackle all of that in kind of a little bit of a roadmap, a 30,000-foot view. So we're not going to exhaustively delve into any one of them. We're going to give you a general thing, and I'm going to provide links down below that are other resources as well, so that you can have kind of further learning by way of other videos that we have made. All right, so the first step I wanted to tackle is all the safety stuff. I did a video on this where we went a long time exhaustively into the universal firearm safety rules, and then a part of this video is going to provide an link to that video so you guys can check it out. I encourage you to do this. So this will be a little bit more of a crash course for you. The universal firearm safety rules, there's 4 of them, and I'm going to use this. This is not a gun. This is a piece of plastic, and you're not here, so don't worry about me pointing it at you because, again, you're not here. Anyway, for the universal firearm safety rules, the first and foremost is always know the condition of your gun and always treat all guns as if they're loaded. This is a big fail-safe. Everyone that's ever had a negligent discharge or accidentally shot someone, they all did it with a supposed empty gun. So for our intensive purposes, there's no such thing as an unloaded gun. And
Right here is actually a very good point he makes, because as far as always thinking that the gun is loaded is a great point. You always want to, because when you lay it down and you pick it back up, you can get distracted. You want to always check to make sure the gun is unloaded. Right now, I don't have a magazine in mind and the magazine is empty. But if I put it in there, let's say if it wasn't, if I put it down, I could easily forget that it's loaded. I want to make sure I grab it properly. Always, you want to make sure you check. Always check to make sure it's loaded. To give you a perfect example why what he's saying is so important, I remember my first couple of times as far as having a gun, I was at the range and I got a phone call and I was rushing, and I hurried up and put all my stuff in my bag. And actually, I had several guns, and one of them was actually loaded. And it had been a couple of days that it was in my bag, even though it was on safe and all of that. But when I was emptying my bag, because I followed what he said, I had forgot that those guns been in my bag for a couple of days. That the scenario as far as me rushing, if I didn't practice the practical guide that he was giving, I could have easily discharged the gun because I forgot that it was loaded. So because of that, when I grabbed the gun, I checked it and I saw it was still loaded. It was like a big surprise. Like, oh my goodness, I'm so glad that I checked, because I had forgot, because it had been a couple of days. So that pointer is so important at all time. If you have to check it 100 times, check it, because again, that accident is unforgiving. You know what I mean? Once it happened, you can't take it back. So this is definitely a big pointer right here.
so we are always pretending, even if we know the guns are loaded, we pretend like it's loaded, and that keeps us from having any horrible disaster. The second thing is keep your finger off the trigger until the sights are aligned, the decision to shoot has been made. This is good trigger discipline, and you'll see my finger is completely straight over the trigger guard, and that's how it lives until I'm ready to shoot. And so I line up my sights and I'm ready to shoot. Then I can put my finger on the trigger and shoot, bang, 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 until I'm done. And then finger comes off the trigger, and then I can come down and whatever, or put my gun down, right? So finger off the trigger till the sights are aligned, the decision to shoot has been made. If you don't pull the trigger, the gun cannot go off. Again, they're not little bombs waiting to explode. You have to pull the trigger to make this gun go off, right? All right, the third rule is never point a gun at anything you don't intend to destroy. And so imagining there's a little laser coming out of this gun, you'd never let that laser cross any part of your hand or your leg or anyone else around.
I want to stop it there, because that's another game changer. Because especially when you're new, when you grab the gun, automatically you're pointing it straight. And sometimes that's the worst decision, because you may have a loved one in the next room and the only thing that's between you and them is a drywall. So if that gun for some whatever reason it goes off, you can potentially, destroy your whole life. So that rule right there is a game changer, because if it does go off, because it does happen, pointing that gun up or down is probably your safest bet. It's better to, especially if you're pointing it down, it's better to actually maybe shoot down at the ground, maybe a ricochet there, than actually shooting it through a drywall and possibly at another neighbor. So you want to make sure you practice that discipline of only pointing it at something that you want to destroy. And most of the time, especially if you're at home, you're not at the range, you're not trying to destroy anything in your home. So make sure you practice that discipline. It's so, so important. It'll save you a big headache. So great point.
Never point your gun at anything you don't intend to destroy. Rule number 4 is know your target, what's beyond it, in front of it, to the left and the right of it, and beware, because bullets can go through walls. So if I pointed this gun at this wall and there was somebody in the room next to me, then I just broke that rule. I pointed the gun at somebody that I didn't intend to, and I didn't know what was beyond my target, right? So those are the universal firearm safety rules. There's a bunch of other rules that apply as well. They're not the universal ones, but they're just generally good ideas. Those are covered in a different video. Again, I'll provide links down below. Give me 5 rounds in that black circle. Go. Tap rack. Get it up, get it up. Let's go. All right, so the very first step was about safety. The second step is about operating your gun. So knowing our safety rules, we're not going to ever break those. If our gun is down on the surface here, we'll make sure our finger is straight, hits the frame, and we can go ahead and pick up our gun as such. This is a training gun, so this is shooting blanks right now. Pretty darn fun. Yay for that. And we'll basically just go over our general
discipline.
Trigger and discipline, clearing procedures, always. Right? So the very first thing important is our gun is presumably empty. That means there's nothing in the chamber and there's no magazine in the pistol grip. I'll take my magazine right here, which has bullets in it. And if I wanted to load this gun, what I would do is I would insert the magazine flush, and then I'll grab the slide. And you can do this multiple different ways. One is you can grab over the top like this and pull it back hard. Or you can, instead of going over the top like this, you can turn the gun sideways and grab like this, right? But either way, however you want to do that, you can go ahead and pull the slide back. And you want to do this violently so that when you pull back, your hand slips off of it. You don't want to go and ride the slide forward. So do this with violence, ready, and right there. And that should chamber around. Now it's ready to shoot. This is blanks.
It's not going to break.
Right, super fun. Now let's say I want to clear the gun out. Step 1 will be to drop the magazine. On the other side, there is a magazine release button. And what I'll do is I'll just push this in with my thumb. Observe, and it falls. Groovy. Now they're still around in the chamber. And so what I need to do is clear that out. The way I'll do that is I'll grab the top, and again, I'm going to cycle it violently, and I'll see the round fall out. Now it should be empty, but we like to double check everything. And so part of clearing or loading, unloading a gun, we have our safety protocols, but we also have systems that help us clear out. So if step 1 was drop magazine, step 2 is rack the slide, but we'll do it 2 times as a double check. Very good. The third thing is, now that I know that it should be empty, I still want to put a visual check. So this is really like a third check. What I'll do is I'll lock the slide to the rear. And on the other side, on the same side that the magazine release is, there is our slide stop release. So what I'll do is I'll need to push this up. There's a little notch right there. And so my job here is to push this up so I have upward pressure while pulling this back. And you'll watch this notch get back all the way up, and then I'll let the slide forward and it'll rest against this piece. If I pull this down, the slide will go forward. And if I push up, it locks against it. This is step 3. Step 4 will be I'll visually inspect the chamber, and some people will add a physical check where they'll put their finger in there. So observe, I look in the chamber, and I can put my finger in there if I choose. And some folks will add a double check where they look away and then look back just to have another look at the chamber. All right, to put it all together, looks like this. Step 1, 2, 3, 4. Very good. That's how to clear your gun. Some people do it a little bit different. Like I said before, the big thing is to have a system and stick to it. When it's time to clear a gun, you're not talking to anyone else. You're not watching TV. You're not doing anything else. You're ensuring that your area is safe. You're not breaking universal firearm safety rules. And you go through this exact system every single time. So that was loading and unloading or clearing. Another way to load the gun is after you've been shooting a little bit, the slide will lock to the rear on the last round. So you'll have an empty magazine in there and it locks to the rear. Now all you have to do to simply reload again is to drop the magazine and again hitting the magazine ejection button, magazine release. Drop that, find another magazine, insert it, and now you can allow the slide to go forward either by pulling it back and letting it go or pushing down on this button. And right now it is loaded again and ready to go.
Yeah, so those are some of the few steps I wanted to share with you guys. And again, I'll put the link on the full video below in the description. But that video was a huge intro for me to really get to know how to handle the gun. And one thing I will say, especially being somebody that not have a big background as far as people owning guns, everything I had to learn was really off YouTube, watching different YouTube videos and learning from people who are experts on firearms. I mean, I watched tons of YouTube videos and just learning to educate myself. But the biggest thing I would say is going to the range, taking classes. Those are huge, because honestly, the gun community, I remember my first couple of years going into the different range. You know what I mean? There were just a lot of different people. One thing I would say was, I didn't see a lot of people that kind of looked like me, but man, everybody was super nice, super, super nice. I think gun owners are the nicest people in the world because we have something that we can relate to each other about. I mean, I could tell you, I learned so much going to gun ranges and just chatting with people. When they find out that it's your first time, they're like your best friend, asking, questions and also being there to answer questions. I've had people literally stop at their bay shooting just to show me some pointers. Man, I can tell you some of the best people are gun owners because I think they can relate to you and they understand as far as the importance of practicing safety and also knowing that, hey, the more you practice, the better you will get. I think that's the biggest thing. You got to practice, get training if you need to, but watching videos, staying safe, and practice even more. That's the biggest thing. I would say make sure you get your carry license, your carry permit. You can look it up. Each state is different as far as where you can get it, but get that because it's going to make the process easier for you to, when you're buying your gun online or at the gun store, it's just an easier process when you're doing a background check. But I can tell you, it's definitely a fun thing. I can tell you I wouldn't take anything back about it as far as all the things I've learned, all the places it has gotten me into, and all the people that I've met. So I look forward to sharing just different videos of my perspective. This is the first one. Definitely got so much more to share with you guys of my experience of gun ownership, and also check out some of my videos of me at the range, indoor, outdoor, with my family as well. I look forward with sharing more awesome content with you. Please remember, I'm starting a new channel. Make sure you subscribe, you share, definitely comment in the comment section, and maybe give me some of your funny stories as far as your first time and some of the things you learned as well. So definitely, again, welcome to my channel, E-Man Strong Arm. I'll see you later. Stay safe.